everyone. It is Wednesday Night Live. We are SFMF Live. Welcome, everybody. Can somebody put the monitor on the right channel, please? Welcome. It is Hump Day, Wednesday. I'm going to talk about some Wednesday motto. Hump Day motto, good and bad. Yes, I can. Can somebody put it on the monitor up here? Welcome to the live. And talk about some hump day stuff, some motivation. You know, I always like to talk about some leadership, some fitness, some boot camp stuff, and buddy checks. It's a great time for buddy checks. I want to believe, well, I do buddy checks, but certainly not enough. And a couple of you have been doing them in the comments, and I appreciate that very, very much. Good to hear from you. And I apologize if I don't get back to you. The comments, you know how much I love the comments. They're awesome. I can't keep up with all of them. I try. So trust me when I say I wish I had time to get to every single one of them, because they're amazing. And I really love it when y'all talk to each other as well, which is what we're going to talk about a little bit also. First and foremost, what are you drinking tonight? It's coffee time for me. I don't know if I drink too much coffee. I do absolutely love it. We talked about it last time. I'm not a coffee snob. I like all coffee. Truck stop coffee, even some Dunkin' Donuts is good. All right, again, welcome. Carl Green, Semper Fi, brother. Glad you're here. Michael's Drones, RCs, and Knives. Always good to see you, brother. Semper Fi, my friend. What are you guys drinking tonight? It is a Wednesday night. Gary Morton, hi from Victoria. Always glad to see you. And you're drinking some water. Hydrate. Always got to hydrate. JTB, we're going to IT later. I think I need to thrash you. I think I might have missed some opportunities to thrash you in the pit or the classroom. Good to see you, brother. Welcome. Thanks for coming. Again, it's a Wednesday. We're going to talk about Hump Day Wednesday. Some good and some bad. Some way to stay motivated in the middle of the week to make it through the end of the week. And does everybody even work a regular work week? Monday through Friday, who works a 7-day work week? Lindsay Sue, 61, Semper Fi from a doc. Semper Fi Devil Doc era. You know we couldn't do it without our Navy corpsmen. You didn't. What are you saying, JTB? I didn't thrash you enough? I don't think I did either. Carl Green, last duty station, Kaneohe Marine Corps Air Station. When was that, Carl? Because when I first got there, it was McCaff, Marine Corps Air Facility, and then we were there during the transition to Marine Corps Air Station. That was a good time. John, Sacramone, sir, please pray together. Yeah, but we'll get a prayer in, and that is, we're going to end it with some prayer requests. Thanks, John. Appreciate that. It's great to see you. Also, Michael's Drones, Jay Lewis. Good to be here, Devil Dogs. FC did 6 miles with the sauna suit in 90-degree weather in my garage. It was great. Sounds great. Sauna suit in 90 degrees. That's getting some. Carl, 91. 91, that was early. We were there in the 90s, and then later on in the 2000s. It was McCaff still, wasn't it, back then in 91? I don't remember. Ronnie Miller, good evening, Devil Dogs and Docs. Good evening, everyone. Again, let me know what you're drinking. Got my trusty coffee here. First Marine. Carl says First Marine Brigade. Still together? Nope. First Marine Brigade? They're not. That has been changed, and all of it has changed. 3rd Marines in Hawaii has changed. It's now 3rd Littoral Regiment. Engineers up. Stephen Littoral, that's what it is, 3rd Littoral Regiment. Semper Fi from Medellin, Colombia. Semper Fi, Stefan. Romy. Medellin. All right, Colombia. Good to see everybody. Let me know what you're drinking. Coffee here. Dr. Pepper, of course. Lindsay Sue. Must be in Texas, Lindsay Sue. Do you like Diet Dr. Pepper? That seems to be very, very popular in southern Texas anyway. and hydrate. Don't forget to hydrate. It's getting hot. Summertime. I am hydrating much more. I told y'all last time I don't drink enough. Drink water. Hydrate, hydrate. Again, welcome everybody. Thank you for your support. The last couple of shorts went out pretty big. We'll talk about those as well. They were pretty fun. Marine Corps uniforms. That one, you guys killed it on the comments. That was great. It is Wednesday, hump day. We'll talk about some good and bad of Wednesdays and how to stay motivated throughout the week. Lindsay, yes, but in California desert. So, Diet Dr. Pepper, Lindsay? No. Is that what you mean by yes? Yes. era. Fanta. John, you're drinking Fanta? What flavor Fanta? It's all kinds. All right, Wednesday. King Neptune. Chocolate milk and peanut butter for the protein. All right. Carl Green. Hit the like, brothers and sisters. Thanks, Carl. Appreciate that. Yes, hit the likes. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Get your family and friends to subscribe. Building this community. That's what we're all about. Building a community to continue to serve. One of my favorite sayings, and I do quote kind of a lot. I look them up and I give motivation of the day. One of my favorites is, sit with warriors. The conversation is different. All of them, all the people in this community, service members, family members of service members, or just patriots. Love having you all here. We appreciate your support. Please continue. Help us grow this community. All right, Ronnie Miller says, I was a doc with 1st Battalion 8th Marines, 1-8. Great unit. I was with 81 millimeters mortars. 81 mortars. You're carrying all the heavy junk. Must be big, Ronnie. You still in shape? Carl Green says, I think the most Marines did 29 stumps. Yep, I bet probably every Marine on here has been to 29 palms one time or another. I've been there plenty of times. Never stationed there. Plenty of caxes and whatever they renamed them over the years. The same exercise, they just changed the name often. But I have a lot of time, 29 palms and Camp Wilson, A-frames, Quonset huts, tents, summer and winter. I like it. I don't mind it. I don't mind 29 palms at all, right? Carl Green did 4 years there. Com School is out there. I don't remember what other schools. 7th Marines is out there in the infantry. Max says, what should I do as a newish NCO who have weak peers who aren't respected and don't work? Wow, Mag. Same question I'm sure tons of Marines have. That is a great question. What do I do as a newish NCO who have weak peers? Do weak Marines get promoted to NCO? Unfortunately, yes. So first and foremost, the easiest answer is lead by example. What you want to do is continue to do the right thing, and you'll get labeled, you'll get named, kiss butt and all that other stuff. Why are you so motivated? That motivation hopefully will wear off on your weak peers. And then peer pressure is a mother. It works. Peer pressure absolutely does work. I would want to be corrected by anybody above me. I can take that a lot better than someone in my same peer group correcting me. That's tough. So utilize the peer pressure. Get with the other NCOs who are good, who aren't weak, and then you help train those weaker NCOs. The worst thing in the world you could do is shun them and just, well, that's him. That's how he or she is. Don't listen to he or her. Continue to train that NCO and back that NCO up. What I remember, and some of you that have been around a while, you remember the, the shark attack. If you saw an NCO correcting a junior Marine and you're a fellow NCO, you're on that with that NCO. You don't, it doesn't matter what happened, the brotherhood and sisterhood and teamwork of the NCO Corps correcting that junior Marine when they saw all of us come together as NCOs, powerful. So help train that NCO, those weaker NCOs in your group. And then of course, take it up the chain of command, whoever his or her sergeant is, platoon sergeant, counseling. Because when it comes time for promotion and they want to know why I'm not getting promoted, here's the documentation behind it. I've counseled you on these numerous occasions where you need to step up. You need to have a better personal example, physical fitness example. You're not the leader that we need you to be. So great question. Appreciate that. No, peer group. Your peer group. If your peer group fellow NCOs are weak. Leadership. Now, what do you do with weak leadership? That one's even harder. But I will tell you, just like we talked about in boot camp, what they tell you, never quit or give up. So if you have leadership that is weak, very tactfully and professionally, you have to try to give them a book like A Message to Garcia, Crisis in Command. Let them know about accountability. Not let them know, but discuss it. And ask them to have a PME, professional military education, on leadership. Things that are you're kind of getting a subliminal message to them. I feel like I'm not being led. I feel like I'm not being protected as one of your Marines. Is there something you can help me out with? So here's, again, at the end of the day, what I would used to tell my Marines when I'm on them, you need to improve this, or you're doing great at this. The moment that I stop going to my leadership, that's when they should know that they have completely failed me. Another great saying I love is, people don't leave weak units or bad units. People don't leave bad units, they leave bad leadership. So when you have good Marines leaving out of your unit or wanting to PCS ahead of time, they want to just get out of your unit, something's wrong. That's where you, as a leader, have to step back and look at, man, that was the best platoon sergeant I've ever had. He's great. Why does he want to leave this unit, this organization, this platoon? Great questions. You know, I can get on my leadership soapbox a lot, and I definitely don't know all of it, and I learn leadership every day. And don't forget, you can learn as much from good leadership as you can from bad leadership. So don't tune those bad leaders out. And again, you learn what not to do. All right, some of you having a little chat in there. Patman31 says, Ross Sergeant Major, what is the cutoff age for officers to join the Corps from college, or is it the same enlisted 27 or with the waiver? First and foremost, you all have heard me say before, there's a waiver for everything. Firmly believe that. I've seen some pretty amazing waivers go through, so never quit or give up. The age right now I thought was 31. And anybody in the comments, anybody out there, if you know any recruiters out there, let us know what the age limit is for officers also. I think it's 31 for enlisted, so I kind of think it might be similar for the officers. Birdman says, how you doing, sir? I'm happy to say I'll be heading off to boot camp in July. Birdman 357. Keep us posted. Send a message and message me in LinkedIn or Instagram, and Birdman, let us know. Glad you're here. Ask questions right now of the group, what you can do to prepare. You know, I always say, number one, be physically fit, be ready. Physically and mentally. It's going to be mentally tough. You are definitely going to be homesick. You're going to be sad. You're going to be confused. It is 100% culture shock. So the more you know before you go, the better off you'll be. Chicken has arisen. Good to see you, Chicken. Birdman, to welcome you aboard, Birdman. We're excited for you, proud of you, and can't wait till you come back after graduation and continue. Big O is here. Hurrah. Good to see you, Brian. God bless you and the family. Hope everyone's doing well. Can't wait to get that guy off there. Yeah, that's funny. Donald says, okay, love you, my brother. Old gunnery sergeant, retired, and now a two-time amateur. Welcome aboard, Guns. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Raider, thank you for your service. Thank you. Raider, if you serve, if you know someone who served, or just being a good old American, thank you for saying that. Appreciate you being here. All right, we got a couple clowns here, a couple clowns in the comments. Do we want to ban them? Pretty ridiculous. Yeah, if you want to ban, yeah, leave a comment ban if you want to get these two clowns off here so we can conduct business and do some motivation here. XTRMT, Sergeant Major, permission to take over trash talkers. There you go. Yeah, get them out of here. Look at it. Clowns, get those clowns out of here. Ridiculous. That is the problem with today's youth. They're kids, they're soft, and they're weak. Pablo, Semper Fi. Kimi Cece, ban. Kimi Cocoa Puffs. Yeah, get rid of those clowns. USMC Cece, ban them. Okay, so Wednesday, hump day. Motivation, what do you got? What do we got for hump day? Wednesday hump day moto. I easily relate mine to, you already know, my workout schedule. Wednesday for me, for a workout schedule, happened to be chest and tries. Again, I'm told you I'm not a Monday chest and tries guy like most people. So when I am frustrated, you gotta have a place to go. You gotta have somewhere to woosah, to get a little woosah if you're having one of those days. And I was today, so I went to the gym early. Cranked up the music. I gotta have music when I work out, and it's gotta be heavy metal. I like all genres of music, but definitely heavy metal. It just gets me in the mood. Whether there's people there or not doesn't matter. I don't like to chat in the gym. I carry a conversation on if it depends on who's in there. But when I'm in there, I like to get it done. Unless I'm in there and it happens to be a day where I have the ability to have 2 hours, then I like to chat it up. You can ask Big O. No comments, Big O. He's seen me in the gym before, and I do like to talk a little bit of trash. Caleb says, hard to hear. Are we having a problem with the audio? Chicken says, you need to go 03. Tour lover, is there someone else going to boot camp? Somebody asked about it. Motivation quote, better? Yeah, again. These are going fast. John McJunkin, good to see you, brother. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. XTRM, I think. XTRM? I'm the new guy today. When did you serve? Extreme. Oh, come on. Put it together, buddy. Extreme. I served a long time ago. I came in the late 80s, buddy. How new are you? And let's chat. I'm glad you're here. I already like your comments. Gary, I don't have a hump day after working. Gary Morton, bad day? You don't have a hump day. Oh, I was working as a nurse, so you probably got every day. You get any time off? He was asking about how to go MARSOC. Oh, somebody asked about it, how to go MARSOC. 03. There are non-03s in MARSOC. Of course, they have communicators and all the other MOSs that they need, but sure way, yes. 03, infantry, era. Brian, your ears must have been ringing when you're talking about your conduct in the gym. Don't tell anybody. I do talk, not trash, but I like to talk. Okay, yes, I like to talk trash in the gym when I'm with people that I already know. But if I have a 30-minute window and I got to get it done, I go in there and get it done. If there's people that I can make fun of, like Brian, Olea, then yes, I will. Cowboy Killer was out there talking trash, but I can't talk trash to this guy. John McJuggan says, I never missed out. There was a glitch in getting into the live stream. All good now. Good, John. Don't want you to miss it. Birdman says, did you receive your MOS, specific MOS and MCT, or at the schoolhouse? So Birdman and recruiters out there, help me out on this. When I came in, I had MOS prior to going to boot camp. Is it still like that? I've heard of, so you get the occupational specialty. Again, recruiters help me out. So 03, you would go into boot camp as an 0300, 0300, And then after boot camp or infantry training, do you get your 0311, 21, 31, 41, 51? Same with engineers, 1300. You enlist as a 1300 field, and then after boot camp is when you get the second part of your MOS, the designation, 1371, combat engineer. I don't know if it's changed. Again, recruiters out there, let us know. But Birdman, what I've been told, and I like this saying, I heard it years ago. Somebody told me once, and he used to tell motivators that are joining the Marine Corps, you join the Marine Corps to be a Marine, because your job is secondary. Every Marine a rifleman. Ever. King Neptune, if I'm in the gym with people I know, I usually motivate them because we succeed together. Ever. I like that. Here's some funny too, and Big O can attest to this. Even though we are in the gym together, I like to work out by myself with other people in the gym, but I like to do my own thing. If back in the day when I used to work out a lot and I was really trying to get big and strong, I had to have a partner. You have to have a partner if you want to get bigger, better, stronger, faster. You can only do so much on your own. Chicken as there is, and after SOI, I got to go to the coxswain course and got a secondary MOS 8111. Very cool. Small boats. Love the Zodiacs. That's the Zodiac, I'm guessing. Extreme 97 says, I'm listening on a combat arms program. 1977. Never even heard of that. That's very cool. So you are going to be definitely going to be in a combat arms MOS. That's interesting. So again, recruiters or anyone current, can you let us know when he's going to get his specific MOS? He's in a combat arms program, and then he'll get his specific MOS. I'm guessing, I would think after boot camp, because either he's going to go to infantry training or MCT. Somebody can tell us about co-ed boot camp. I cannot. I don't know about it yet. Tanner says, hey, Semper Fi just got out of MEPS, and I'm now a Poolee. Finally got my first class PFT. Now grinding with my reconnaissance training before going to boot camp in August. Tanner, another one. Semper Fi, my friend. Get after it. Continue to train. If you're training with recon guys, they'll get you in shape. No doubt. Good luck. August, it's a hard part of the year. East Coast or West Coast. Let us know. Bryce, good to see you, brother. You're late. Yes, you owe push-ups. Bryce, 22. Chicken has risen. Fox, 25. Black Hearts. 5th Marines. 25, the most decorated infantry battalion in the Marine Corps. Retreat hell. Infantry, artillery, tanks, says Extreme. So, combat arms. Who is that? Yes, Romeo, sorry. I don't know yet. Gary, where are you going? Have to run. Have a great rest of the week. You too, brother. Thanks for all your support. Patreon. Appreciate everything you do for us. Gary, we'll see you next time. Saturday, 1900. Come back, spend some time with us. Semper Fi, Gary. Have a great rest of the week yourself. Thanks, buddy. Donald says, as a drill instructor at MCRD San Diego, was right next to STB, where we could get some every day. STB, somebody help me. I don't remember. John Brown, are we supposed to be on this chat since I have known you since you were a boot? I'm still a boot. John Brown, good to see you, brother. Awesome, so glad you're here. We're going to give a little shout out, and I'm going to tell you a little story about John Brown here shortly. That's his real name, by the way. His middle name is Carlos. Where'd that come from? John Brown. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for being here. Awesome. Sergeant Major, Stephen Romeo. Sergeant Major, what do you think about guys getting long hair waivers for religious and how it affects morale in uniform? I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Of course, I think everyone should be bald. 0 to 1 is a good haircut. I don't like any of the waivers for grooming standards, anything that messes with our history and traditions. You want to grow your hair, you want to grow a beard, join a different service. That's how I feel. Don't mess with our customs courtesy. Marines are different for a reason. And that's why, because we maintain different standards. Tanner's going to San Diego in August. Hot. Big platoons. Get ready, Tanner. Yes, Romeo. Amen. Yeah. Birdman, be going to Paris on. Dark green Marines got waivers for shaving. Anyone can, extreme, anyone can get a waiver for shaving. That's if you have the folliculitis, if you have a skin problem. Anyone can get it, but you're right. It primarily happens to darker skinned people, black Marines. But it's available to anyone. And that's a medical reason, not for any other reason. It shouldn't be allowed. Even had a Marine had a no haircut shit for a while. And of course, you know, he was a punk about it, would walk around in uniform all over base just so people can yell at him. He can pull out his no. He had something wrong with the scalp. He couldn't get a haircut. It's pretty funny. But medical reasons, absolutely. No other reason. Pat S., 75 brothers and sisters, 0311 Infantry era. The Corps of Marine Corps E5 is backbone of the Corps. Semper Fi, Pat. I'm with you. Campbell, Crisis, 1990, thanks from the, help me say that, Kenestake, Resistance. Redeem, Sergeant Major, if you make one change to the Corps, what would it be? Wow, what would it be if I can make one change? I got a lot of changes. Let me think. You put me on the spot right here. One thing I would change about the Corps, that would be one. No waivers to the grooming standards. Without a doubt, that'd be an easy one. Here's one for you, and I might make some enemies on this one. The undershirt for your service Charlie uniform is not an option. The white undershirt under your Charlies. I've been trying to change that for years. Not an option. It's an undershirt for a reason. Again, I have a few, but that would be to maintain our standards from 248 years ago. Whatever that has, our ancestors did, our forefathers, the warriors before us, we're not changing hands in the pocket, grooming standards, beards, all these things that we're changing to appease somebody in society. Nope. Marines are extreme. Somebody say about what? About being Marines. What are my preferred combat boots? You know, the only boots I didn't like, I'll put it that way, because I got some Fred Flintstone feet. I can pretty much wear anything. Extreme. Your wife's calling, you better go. You better answer that phone. The only boots I did not like, and again, might create some controversy here, was the green jungle boots, even the black jungle boots. Couldn't wear them. I didn't like how it went from leather to the canvas. The leather part would dig into my heel. All other boots, I like the wrap boots, probably the most comfortable, but they didn't last long in combat because we were in and out of canals. They got wet every single day. Then you put them in the sun would dry them out quickly, but they dry rotted very, very fast. So the wrap boots, again, as comfortable as they were, they didn't last long, for the infantry anyway. Justin says, brother, they have to cater to the new soldiers. Shake my head. I feel the same. We don't need to cater to anybody. Again, you want special treatment, you want different grooming standards, you want to wear that beard or your headdress or whatever that is with your religion, all more power to you. I got nothing against that, but it's not allowed in the Marine Corps. So you do it on your off time. You do it when you're not in uniform. That's simple. I don't get it. Any changes you can make to call to bring back the dress whites for our sirs? Redeemed. Dress whites for the officers. Tell you, I wasn't a big fan of the all whites, and I'm not an officer, so it doesn't matter to me. I like our blue dress uniform with trousers. I think that is sharp. In the summer for staff NCOs, you wear the white trousers with the blue dress uniform. Carl Green, I prefer the full leather boots. I like, the all leather ones, the Cadillacs, right? They called them in boot camp. I liked those a lot as well. The soles seem to wear out in those from drilling. But but I do like the all leathers. Black Cadillacs. Anderson Ho says, I remember scrambling for a haircut during the heyday of COVID. I had to go to my barber's garage on Sunday afternoons. The other services clearly let their grooming standards go. I saw a lot of that too. Well, we can't, the barber with COVID, we can't. All excuses. You make excuses for what you want to do. Cut your own hair. Learn how to cut your own hair. That was a perfect time to practice. Get it together. Find a way. Here's a question for you. When does a good Marine need a haircut? Trick question, never. A good Marine would never need a haircut because they'd always have a good haircut. Carl Green says, that's right. All right, hump day, Wednesday moto. We just got some straight moto. That was good. That was a lot of good stuff right there. Tanner, what's your opinion on the USMC 2030 project? So I did do a short on that, the 23 barracks project. 2030, I like it. I do. Again, here's what I do like about it, that they're paying attention to the Marines and they're getting and if that's what you're talking about, 2030 project, if you're talking about the barracks, that's the one I did a short on specifically. Yes, so the whole package, I'm not as familiar with the whole thing. The one specifically I was talking about was the barracks. So the barracks part of it, again, I do agree. Because it's been so long since they've done stuff to certain barracks and it's about time. So that part of the project I like. I don't know about the rest. Rick Campbell, 10-4, sir. Derek Olea, hurrah. Backbone of the Corps right there. Hurrah. Coming to you from 29 Stumps Sergeant's School. You better be getting some. Why aren't you studying right now? You better get that sword out. You better be doing some stuff, push-ups while you're typing. Sergeant, backbone of the Corps, you better be getting some running. The Poop Creek, you better be running by that every morning. Get up and go for a run. Good to see you, Derek. Thanks, brother, for being here. Semper Fi, my friend. The future of the Corps. Sergeant School. When did they change it to from Sergeant's Course to Sergeant's School? That I would like to know. My daughter keeps saying Sergeant's School. Never heard that. Sergeant's Course. Good on you, Derek. Get after it. Let us know when you graduate number 1. Jack. Hello, Semper Fi, my friends. Well, hello, Jack. So, Wednesday hump day motivation. Carl Green says, run up the hill a few times to the rifle range. There's nothing but land in 29 palms to run. Get on some sand. Run out to Camp Wilson and back. You know, it's something that we never did. We always talked about doing it as a unit. Sergeant Olea says, I don't remember, but I know it's accredited for college credit now. Awesome. We talked about that a little bit with the faculty advisor thing, but good to know, Derek. So Marines, get your PME in. What about Corporal's course? Is that accredited at all? So if the Sergeant's course is, you know, the career course, the advanced course, the first sergeant's course, all those are college accredited. So get to every single PME course you can get to. Okay, Rick Campbell says, knowing what you know, would you have chose a different course? A different course? I'm not sure what course you're talking about. Oh, a different path? I thank God every day that I joined the Marine Corps and no other service. That was truly a blessing because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. So no, I missed a couple things in the Marine Corps that I wish I would have done, but no way in hell would I have chosen a different path, especially knowing what I know now. A couple things I want to do as a Marine that I didn't get to do: Marine Security Guard. I wanted to go MSG duty. And just more schools, more deployments. Derek says, I don't know about corporal's course. Probably not. You're probably right. It probably starts at sergeant's course, sergeant's school, sorry. David Bryan, Semper Fi, brother. Thanks for being here. Hancock, 2008, says, have I ever played airsoft? I have, I think, twice. And I know you're all in it, Hancock. You're a professional. I'm sure you would whoop my butt in a paintball or airsoft course. Not a big fan, got to be honest with you. I think it looks cool, and I like watching people doing it. I like the strategic part of it. I just don't want to be hit with a little tiny pellet. But I know you get decked out and you wear a helmet. I like seeing paintball. Paintball looks just as cool. It is way too high speed for me. I can't keep up with it. Tanner, amen, brother. Alejandro Castaneda, did you ever go to any Army Air Force schools? Yes, I did. Alejandro, I went to the Air Force NCO Academy in Okinawa, Japan. So for E6s, they're called technical sergeants, E6 in the Air Force. I was the first Marine to ever go through their school. Kimi Coco Puff says, God, country, core, family, era. So I went to this Air Force NCO Academy, 3 months long. 3 tests, 1 a month. It was academically intense. I've never been to so many study groups in my life, even in high school and throughout any of the Marine Corps schools. So the academics of that Air Force NCO Academy was tough, very tough. But that was it. There wasn't a whole lot of PT. There was none, actually. The PT was like 3 days a week, and it was at the end of the day because of Okinawa was so hot. I went in the summer, and you could run, walk, or ride the treadmill. So luckily, the chief master sergeant there, I had worked out with him in the gym a couple of times. He let me kind of introduce a PT program to the school. They can PT, and there's some Air Force studs, don't get me wrong. But as a professional military education school, it wasn't part of their curriculum. So we did, and I loved it. I did learn a lot about the Air Force. And of the MOSs, I remember the maintainers, all the flight line guys, the mechanics, the maintenance guys in the Air Force work their tails off. Not 8-hour days, by no means, and they do have to get their crew rest and their crew days. I think they very rarely get it because they are certainly the backbone of the Air Force, in my opinion, from what I saw. Met a couple of TIs, they're drill instructor boot camp instructors, like DIs. They were pretty cool. But I did get a whole different respect for the Air Force by going through that academy. It was a good time. Do 9 Bravo see combat? If so, how often? 9 Bravo is 91 Bravo. Is a Army term, and I don't know what that is. So anyone in the Army, if you could answer that from Teriyaki. Carl Green says, suck it up, Marine. Hurrah. That's the best kind of medicine right there. Suck it up. Man, great comments. Appreciate you guys. This is good. Where at Kimi Cocoa Puffs? Nice mug. Thanks, Miles. My production team made that. Yes, my wife. Check the description in the links. We are going to have these stickers there available for you. Shopify. Hurrah. Have you ever, Hancock, come on, buddy. Have you ever killed someone overseas in deployment? That's the only place I kill people, overseas. I'm frozen on the screen, hoping I'm not frozen for you. Rev Kelly, what up, Devil Dog? Sergeant Major Kelly, did you ever meet or run across Sergeant Major Kellogg? Yes, no, Sergeant Major Kellogg, awesome Marine in Hawaii. Ran into him a few times. God bless him. Alejandro says 91 Bravos are Army mechanics. Some do see combat during convoys or if extra personnel are needed for patrols. Absolutely. So Motor T, absolutely. The convoys get hit a lot. So yes, he's a mechanic. So the mechanics got to travel with the convoys. So I don't know if I'd say they see a lot of combat, not as much as infantry, but they definitely do. Carl Green says, Sergeant Major. Carl Green, Ebra. Oh, he was your command Sergeant Major. Sergeant Major Kellogg. Awesome. Thanks, Kimi Cocoa Puffs. You're good. Ebra, just do it. Gator Tail. Mountain climbers now move. Yeah, I love some mountain climbers. And bends and thrusts, remember this? If you know, you know. Drone Circuit didn't have to say anything. He just looked at you just like this. That was many, many bends and thrusts. Hated those. Reverend Kelly says, have you ever met General Raisin Cane? Love me some Raisin Canes. Caniac. Is that a real guy? Coffee. Semper Fi Jarheads. Gunner Sharp. USMC retired. Hurrah! Semper Fi, brother. Drinking coffee as well. Yes, Kellogg was an MOH recipient, Medal of Honor recipient. What's the thing about is it a Congressional Medal of Honor or not? Did we discuss that on the channel already? It's a Medal of Honor. Congress has nothing to do with it, is what the discussion was. Your opinions. Sir, your opinions on my Canadian brothers. Hey, Rick, great question, brother. What I know about your Canadian brothers, our Canadian brothers, is I've been to Canada a couple times. 2 times with the Marines on ship. We were passing through Victoria, Canada. It was like one of the first times a Marine ship landed in this port, so we were welcomed with open arms. Loved it. They opened up all the extra bars and shops so we can spend some time, because I think it was an odd day or odd time of day, maybe a weekend. Nothing but love. So we stopped there on the way we were going to Tonga and a couple different, we were on our way to Alaska. And then on the way back, we stopped again. This time they were expecting us a little more, so they didn't throw a parade, but there was a ton of people in, I believe, Victoria. Is that the correct? Near the border. So, and I've trained with them a little bit. They were in places like Afghanistan and Iraq, and we've seen them, but I got not a negative thing to say about you and your brothers. So I appreciate you being here. Yeah, I would love to know more. Triangle Head, Semper Fi, brother. Hancock, have ever seen North Korean training video? I don't know if I ever have. I've seen North Korea. Been to the DMZ. Don't know. I don't watch this videos like that, but I know they're pretty ruthless. Triangle Head. My dad, Reverend Kelly says, my dad was friends with Chesty in World War II. He got my dad 2 stars on his ankles. 2 stars on his ankles? Your dad knew Chesty? Aliner says, what do you think young NCOs should focus and train regarding our near-peer threats? Near-peer threats, is that what you mean? What should NCOs focus and train regarding? So again, as a young NCO, your leadership has to back you up 100%. Rick, I got you. Thanks, Your leadership needs to back you up. So if you're not getting support from your leadership, it's going to be difficult to train your peers, if we're still talking about your peers. But do not give up on them. It was explained to me one day is if you're in a room full of squares and everyone's standing on their own little square block, all you could do is polish your square. I didn't like that. I'm like, no, you want to polish everyone's square around me. He said, no, it's leadership by example. You polish your square. Yours is bright and shining, the best it could possibly be. Hopefully that will, by example, everyone else will polish their square so they can be like you. So you got to hope and pray that people will see by your example the proper way to do things. And remember, you don't have all the answers, but collectively you could. Triangle Band says, love your content and beloved core. Thank you for bringing light to this wonderful career and inspiring future leaders. Thanks, Triangle Head. Appreciate that, brother. That's what this community is all about. That's why we are here, for just that. Reverend Kelly Pops was in the Pacific World War II in the Navy. Made friends with him. That's so awesome. Awesome. Would love to hear some of the stories that your dad had to tell. That is truly amazing. So, buddy checks. We haven't, early on we did some, I used to do the 22 for 22. On the 22nd of every month we do 22 push-ups. Wherever we happen to be, my family and I in the United States, we would do it. Not that we stopped, and not that it's not front of mind anymore, but one, God bless, the number has gone down from 22. It's not 22 veterans a day taking their life. I don't know what it is today, but again, one is too many. So keep the awareness up. But that goes right along with buddy checks. Reach out, especially with today's technology, on any kind of social media, a text, but I love a phone call. So if you could just take the time to make the phone call and just say, hey, brother, how you doing? Here's the second part of that, though. Those of you that know service members that have seen combat, and we don't need to get on a whole PTSD rant right now, but what's a service member going to say that has a problem or is not doing well, and you ask them, hey, how you doing? They're going to say, I'm fine. I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. That comes with knowing your people, knowing your Marines. Are they really fine? Has their demeanor changed? We've been taught the warning signs of I'm not doing well, but don't just take a I'm fine. It's the communication part. We're tough, right? Ego. I talked to you about, it took me years before I even applied for my disability because I'm a tough guy. I have an ego. I'm not weak. All that, those misconceptions of I don't need help. That's wrong. So talk about it. And then when you do the buddy checks, what are you doing? Don't ask yes or no questions. You feel good? Yeah. Ask the open-ended questions and start a discussion. And your friends, you'll know. What's even good too is, again, on here, some of you have been asking, every now and then I get a comment was, how you doing today, Sergeant Major? And it really does, it makes you internally think, because we put on this facade for our family because we want to be tough and, again, not appear weak. So do the buddy check and just reach out. How you doing? How's the family? What do you got planned for the summer? It's what? And it lets them know that somebody cares, that we all care. People do care, especially you active duty guys. Active duty, remember you got the blinders on where you're focused on the mission. Every now and then, again, like my gym time, I just got to go in there and just breathe, relax. And you know what? I'm not doing fine right now. So when somebody does ask me, because even when you're the guy asking, hey, how you doing? You're expecting to hear, oh, I'm good. So that's when are you really good? Or if you're the one being asked, you know what? Right, you got a minute? Because I'm not too good, right? I'd like to get something off my chest if you don't mind, if you have time for it. But it's not going to happen with, man, I should really reach out. I should text my buddies. And again, I'll be the first to admit, I don't do it as much as I should. So we all collectively, and with social media, there's no excuse. Like a John McJunkin right there. Never leave your fellow Marine behind, whether in combat or back home. Stay in touch, keep in touch. It's never ending, and that's what I'll do. And God bless my wife. She reminds me a lot of time, have you reached out to so-and-so in a while? Have you heard from? And that's just a quick reminder. And then I get on that, check a couple. And a lot of them are like, yeah, I'm good, bro. Thanks for asking. Oh my God. Appreciate you. I haven't talked to you in a long time. So continue to do it. And those of you that need help, you'll be helping yourself when you're helping someone else out. Also, it's like helping someone study for their math. The more you help that person and you're learning to teach them about the problem that they're trying to solve, you're going to learn as well. So it works the same exact way. When I ask people and I'm talking to them about it, I'm hearing some of their problems, man, I got the same problems as him, right? I feel the same way. I got the same thoughts throughout the day. So both you win, in other words. So don't hesitate to reach out. And I remember one particular guy was a gunny, war fighter, a couple deployments, and I asked him out of pure sincerity, "Man, how you doing? You okay?" I don't know if it was a bad time, bad day. He's like, "Yeah, I'm good. Don't worry about me." All right, very good. But hopefully something maybe would hit him later. It's like, "Man, I remember that guy. I remember Cece asked me that one time, asked me how I was doing it, and I wasn't good, but I didn't want to talk about it at that time." So keep it an open dialogue and be honest. Don't sugarcoat nothing. Transparency, right? That goes right along with leadership. Transparency. And 100% of the time, if you ain't got nobody to talk to God. He is there 100% of the time. He listens. He knows exactly how you're feeling. So when you tell someone I'm fine, God knows you ain't. So talk to someone. Find that guy. Find that person. Find that time. Take a knee. Talk to him. Saw a post recently that I saved it. It said, "No one, you'll never feel the full measure of pain until you're begging God for forgiveness." So talk to God. Read the Bible. Open it up. Yeah, one of the posts we were talking about, the Bible app on your phone. It sends me messages. So when I'm not thinking about God, the very short period of time when you are too focused and you are getting stressed out, that's the best. God knows, because that's when he pops something up on my phone. Reminder, check this one out. The click stirs. What does SFMF mean? Great question. SF stands for simplify, right? I think everyone knows that, but right there, the click stir just proves it. Not everyone does. SF stands for simplify or semper fidelis. Semper fidelis is Latin for always faithful. It's a Marine motto. The MF stands for, when Marines are talking, simplify, mother, or like we talk, mother, father, mother, as we talk about on this channel to keep from not getting kicked off of YouTube, simplify, my friend. And that's the PG part of it, because we want family members involved in it too. I don't want your kids running around saying that. So it's simplify, my friend. And it is very fitting for what we're doing, the community that we're trying to build. So while we're on the buddy check and while we're on the talking to God, I would like to give a shout out and a prayer request for, you saw John Brown was on here earlier. I texted him today and asked him if it would be okay to give a shout out and a quick prayer request for his wife. We, again, known each other from way back. She got some medical news that wasn't very favorable. So please, all of you in this community, just keep her in your prayers when you do say your prayers. John and Emma Brown. Mrs. John Brown, just a quick, if you could. Love you guys. Be strong, be safe. The lay cooks are in there with them. Fight the fight, fight the good fight. Emma, I know how tough you are, so I'm not worried about it. We'll all get through this together. So God bless you all, and be safe. John, keep us posted, keep us updated. Love you guys. All right. Come on. Oh, that's still the clowns. Hollywood Marines. So what we'd also like to do on this channel, in this community, is you tell us who you would like to spotlight. Who would you like to talk about? Fridays or Saturdays, a weekend, through the comments, or if you message me through Instagram or LinkedIn. Graduates, just graduated boot camp, retirements, did your 4 years and got out, whatever, and started a new business. It doesn't matter what you did, especially those you serving. You're serving us, and you are our future. Those of you older guys. So we want to know. We want to help people transitioning out. That's another one of our goals. Honor guard, anything. Austin Long, what do you think about the Air Force? Love the Air Force. Austin, they're such an easy target to make jokes about. What else will we do? We know the inter-service rivalry is necessary. It's awesome, and it keeps us all honest. And if you don't talk bad about the other services, then you need to work on what you feel about your own service. So an airman better call me a crayon eater, one, because I am. But you need to represent your branch of service. What do I think about the Air Force? I love them. One team, because we're all one team. We need each other. The whole MAGTF, we're the greatest fighting force in the world because of how we operate with all the branches of service. And that's just not a political way of saying it. I've served with all the services. Are the Marines the best? Come on, you know that. But we do all need each other. Excuse me, Carrie Marie says, man, I missed that one. What do you think about Navy SEALs? Same. So Special Forces, what do I think about Special Forces? I was never Special Forces, but I've worked with them plenty. There definitely are some arrogant ones, and you hear about them, and guys that think they're all that with the beards and the cut off fingers and all that weird stuff that they do to be cool. The gear queers that have too much stuff on there. Doesn't matter. Special Forces are Special Forces for a reason, and they're all bad. You know what? They're awesome at what they do. And they have an opportunity to train 24/7 to be that good at what they do. So I love them all, any branch of service. And the best ones, of course, who would I want if I was going to take a Special Forces unit with me to go attack a hill? Of course, I'm going to take Marine Special Forces. We speak the same language. But, and the best ones, the best Navy SEALs, and the best Air Force PJs, and the best Army Rangers, prior service Marines. They're all good. Special Forces guys and gals soon. They're awesome. So I like that. I want to be a Navy SEAL when I grow up. You can be whatever you want to be, but make it a choice that you wanted to be for the right reason. Marine Grunt 0351 says, one team, one fight. Not one team, let's fight. So it is definitely a it is a one team. And maybe as I get older, because when I remember being a young Marine, the rivalry was a little more like you wanted to fight the Army guys and the sailors you ran into, and because I was younger too, and obviously a lot more immature. Now, seeing the bigger picture, being in the staff meetings where you see the capabilities of the Air Force and the Navy and what they're going to do for us, and how it is a bigger picture team effort, I appreciate it a whole lot more. Will I still tell Air Force jokes? 100% of the time. Whenever I hear a good one, I'm gonna use it. And again, David Bryant, I train with FAST teams. Do they still exist? I think FAST still exists. I'm not too sure. Again, anyone out there know if FAST still exists? Had a good friend, drill instructor. We were DIs together, became a warrant officer, did something else, but he was part of a FAST team. What's your most favorite page? It's what? Sir, what year did you go to boot camp, and was it Parris Island or San Diego? I went to everyone sound off right now where you went to, San Diego or Parris Island. Did you go to the rugged mountains where you're challenged every day and had to climb those gigantic mountains and not everybody could do it? Or did you go to Parris Island where it was all flat? All right, you had the sand fleas and the swamps and the... Check it out, look at the comments. West of the Mississippi, San Diego. East of the Mississippi, Parris Island. So you really had no choice. So wherever you went to, you better be proud and think that was the best MCRD in the world. Chala says, Sergeant Major, giving you a set of pull-ups and push-ups. Get some, Chala. Yes, you are right. Burpees, bends and thrusts, do it all. Chala, no excuse. Hey, right here, Chala. This for you. Bends and thrusts, buddy. Get after it. Get used to that. Excuse me. Lackland Air Force Base, baseball diamond head. Get some. Yes, let's hear from everybody where you did your basic training. Even officers, let's go. Let's hear where you did your officer training. I don't know where all the other services train. Lackland, obviously, I knew that one. Army, where do you train? At Fort Jackson. And I know they changed all the names, which somebody asked me how I feel about the name changes. I don't. They should have left them alone. History and traditions. It makes me angry that they changed all those Army bases. USMC Cece, Parris Island, era, July. Ugh, summer, worst. San Diego 91, Desert Rat, raised on a farm. Carl Green, 77.99, retired. Wow, Carl, thanks for your service, brother. Awesome. What helped you promote your career, and what should young NCOs focus on for promotion? Alejandro, you got awesome questions. Here's a good, write this one down. When I say, let me take a drink. Don't try to game the game. Listen to it. Don't try to game the game. Don't try and game the system. Well, I better do this and this and this if I want to get promoted. How about you be a good Marine, right? Do everything that you're taught. Do everything you're supposed to. Brian, oh, you still on here? Sergeant Major Olea used to say, if you do the right thing, you'll never go wrong. I hope I'm not messing it up, Brian. If you always do the right thing, you will never go wrong. So as an NCO, again, you're going to catch peer pressure from the ones, why are you kissing butt? Why are you doing everything? Why are you volunteering for everything? That's what you're doing to make yourself better. So I was a sergeant for 5.5 years. That's a long time. And what I would ask the question, what am I doing wrong? It's the time, the systems, cutting scores, and the needs of the Corps. All that plays a part, but don't let that get to you where you have to do these certain things only to get promoted. You should be doing all those things to be a good Marine. As much education as possible. Continuing education. Some people, some staff NCOs had different feelings about off-duty education versus your MCIs. Those are still a thing. Do as much MCIs related to your MOS first and then expand out to your other MOSs. Off-duty education, just don't get crazy with it. I highly recommend it. Get your degree before you ever get out, but you shouldn't be working on your doctorate as a corporal because you have to learn how to be a Marine first. So make sure it plays in right in line with what you're doing to become a better Marine. Thank you for that comment. That's a very good question. Chala, I know I have the same t-shirt, and it's a damn good one. It's a damn good. Shirts are on hiatus. Yeah, the shop's on a hiatus right now. We're going to get back into it, and that's when we're going to add the stickers and the keychains and everything. So stand by for that. David Bryan says, are MCIs still available? Great question, David. I had the same one. I kind of believe they are. It's active duty Marines right now. Where you at, Sergeant Olea? Are you still doing MCIs online? Isaacs Elkin Sr. says, I have often wondered if it's appropriate or acceptable to say Semper Fi to a former Marine as a Navy vet. Yes, it is. Great question, our Navy veteran shipmate. Can a Navy personnel, retired Navy guys say Semper Fi to a Marine? Absolutely. We are shipmates, Marines and sailors. So 100%, it is appropriate to say Semper Fi. Only the Navy can do that. All Marines and Navy, yes. Thanks for being here, brother. Joe Collins, standing by to stand by. Keep standing by, Joe. Right here. Do this while you're standing by. Banana Jones, how can you balance college and service as a new Marine? Great question. I'm going to touch on that. As a new Marine, do you have time to go to school, to take college courses? Yes. Time management. Utilize your time better. If you slept last night, you had time to do a college class. So yes, you can. Even the infantry. All the infantrymen we used to do first sergeant, so I mean, we don't have time. We don't have time. Yes, you do. Or the infantry, all MOSs are busy. Maintenance guys are busy. I got to think some of the infantry is a little more busy. They spend a lot more time in the field, sure, a lot more time cleaning weapons, but there is time. You have to make time. Prioritize your time. How bad do you want it? Do you want it bad enough to get that degree, to continue your education, to, for all the right reasons, get promoted, or have a degree when by the time you get out of the service? So yes, you can balance it as a new Marine. After your schools, of course, after boot camp, MCT, your MOS school, you'll get into a battle rhythm where you have time to educate yourself, use tuition assistance so it's free. Don't waste your money on it. Great question. Appreciate that. Isaac Elton, 10 years submariner for me. Wow. You spent 10 whole years in a submarine? I know with breaks, but I tell you, I've been on a submarine once, and it was in port, and I was claustrophobic. And I'm not a claustrophobic guy, but I just thinking I had to be good on you. Semper Fi, my friend, Isaac. Jason Rollers, good to see everything is going well. Thanks, Jason. It is. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. The one, the only, Nicole. Tell me about the time you were pegged by, idiot. So, I know I should read it before. Remember, in the comments, you hear Mad Dog Matt is back there? King Neptune, once a Marine gets a degree, can they apply for OCS? Yes, you can. That is the reason those of you that want to eventually become an officer, again, get your degree as soon as you can. So you can apply for the officer program. As a warrant officer, I don't think you need a degree to apply for a warrant officer program, but I think you probably have to get it in a certain amount of time. Charles says, is it true that Army or Navy boot camp allows personnel phone use now? I think they're still debating it, Chala. Giving them the last article I read, and we did a short on it. The Army's thinking about giving them 5 7-minute phone calls, or allowing them to have their phone for 7 minutes 5 times throughout basic training. A huge majority of all of you said, no way, it's unnecessary, don't do it. And I agree, it's 100% unnecessary. I did get a couple of phone calls in boot camp from a payphone. I had to run downstairs and I had a little note from the DI. One was for I knocked this kid out in Pugo sticks. I earned a phone call. As a DI, I used to tell the recruits, you make that kid bleed in boxing, I'll give you a phone call. But it's not something I believe that they need to have cell phone time nowadays with cell phones. And yes, both depots have phone centers not anymore, but they had pay phones. You had the ability, even Paris Island in this, or I don't know if the DI the drone circuit has a phone in the duty hut. So does it need to be on the schedule where you have time? No, I don't think. Chala, unbelievable in my opinion. Gen Z myself, and I think that's absurd. Again, I do too. Unnecessary cell phone use in boot camp. Nope. 3 months. It's 3 months. Whoever just asked about the different culture in enlisting or going officer route, repeat your question, please. Russia, Ozus. Hello from Russia. Well, hello from America. Thank you for joining us. Semper Fi, my friend. Awesome. Very good to see you here. Reverend Kelly, is that for me? I'm interesting. Caleb, What is your opinion? Best location to be stationed? Any Marine base anywhere. I personally, I think my family liked Okinawa, Japan the best. Hawaii, a very second, very close second. If not, Okinawa, Japan, Hawaii, loved them both. Obviously, Pendleton, California, any Marine base, I'll stick to that. 29 Palms, look at, and everyone has their different. My daughter, when she joined, she wanted to go anywhere. She joined out of Hawaii. She wanted to go anywhere but Hawaii. So I think as a young Marine, you should try to get away from your hometown. And a lot of Marines, well, I'm from California. I hope I get stationed in Camp Pendleton. No, get out. Get out and see something different. Go to places that you may never go again. That's why I do kind of regret never getting stationed in Camp Lejeune, but I had been there enough. So I don't think I missed anything, but it would have been interesting to be stationed there, bringing my family and spending years, even 29 Palms. Been there a bunch of times, but never stationed there. And anywhere you bring your family is home. So it's where you want to be geographically, weather-wise. Never been stationed in the cold. But interesting stuff. Kimi King Kopapa says, I challenge you to the MRF this Memorial Day, Sergeant Major. Let's go. Challenge accepted. Let's go. I'm ready. Better go for a run. The MRF, I'm ready to do it. I'm in publicly for everyone to see. Anyone else want to do the MRF with us? Give a brief description of the MRF because I'm doing it. I'm in. You scare me. I ain't no Willie Lump Lump. I'm planning on commissioning, but still have an itch to enlist. What are some of the major differences in culture between enlisted Marines? Thank you for putting that back up. Moisture's Studios. So, the differences between the cultures of enlisted Marines and officers. So first and foremost, full transparency, never been an officer, but I've worked with enough of them over the past 35 years to I can give, again, my honest enlisted opinion on it. Even my own daughter, I want her to be an officer someday. But here's why I want her to be an officer is for when she retires. Better lifestyle, better pay, better retirement pay. And right now, and I'll advise her, she wants to do, Kimi, you're going to have to put that up in again in a minute. She wants to do enlisted Marine stuff, like drill instructor, and all the things that I wanted to do as an enlisted Marine, some you cannot do as an officer. So lifestyles are different. If you're single, your barracks life as a young enlisted Marine is going to be much different than a single officer. The quality of life is better for the officer vice enlisted. If you think about, and here's a great way to put it, a platoon of infantry platoon of Marines. There's going to be one officer, maybe two, and 150 Marines, enlisted Marines. So it tells you right off the bat the culture is going to be different because the 150 Marines are going to be living together. One or two officers are going to be living together. The officer is overall in charge no matter what. He will be paired with a senior staff NCO or staff NCO. So together they run the platoon. The officer is overall in charge. The officer is also overall in charge of the paperwork, the logistics, the reports. So a lot of paperwork involved with being an officer. Later on as a staff NCO, as you progress through the enlisted ranks, you start to get bogged down by paperwork as well. But it's a level of authority that automatically an officer receives right out of college, right out of officer candidate school. And the good officers obviously pair up with their senior enlisted and provide the best way to train your unit or go to combat. So I don't know if I kind of talking around in circles a little bit, but it's right there. King Neptune says, I'll be commissioning in the Army in a few years, better pay, and more respect. I don't know about the more respect part. The respect is anyone gets respect. What enlisted people do is they respect the rank because they have to. Whether they respect you or not is up to you. So it has nothing to do with respect, but definitely better pay. As a sergeant major over 26 years, my retirement pay is about the same as a lieutenant colonel. An officer that served as many years as I did, his pay would be a whole lot more. So if it is for pay, if that's why you're serving, then definitely the officer route is the way to go. But the difference is what you make of it. So living, the quality of life definitely is much different. William Charnofsky says, what if you want to be an officer, but you don't want to make yourself look like a jackass? Again, in my humble enlisted sergeant major opinion, the best officers have a great relationship with their senior enlisted. Neither one of you know all the answers, but together, absolutely you can. So a good officer, in my opinion, has that great relationship with the senior enlisted advisor, any senior enlisted. It's when because what I've heard in OCS is you're in charge, you're the leader. You can beat that into your head, but when a lieutenant comes into the fleet and is in charge of his platoon for the first time, he's learned it all from a book. When the staff NCO has learned it by experience, on-the-job training, has taken platoons to combat, has survived, has been back and forth. So when the lieutenant is man or woman enough to say, hey, I learned all this in the book, is this how it really happens in real life? So easy day. That's why 248 years it's been a success, and all the services do it. They pair the officer up with an experienced senior enlisted. Works great. All right. Rocky Fields. I feel that the senior enlisted is more respect. Again, the respect is the individual, not the rank. So, again, the Murph. Kimi, Cocoa Puffs, put the Murph back up there. We're going to get some people to sign up right now. I'm in. I already committed. There's no backing out now. I'm doing it. I'm going to go for a run tomorrow morning and start. Did you say when it was too? What? This weekend? There's no way. All right, let's go. Okay, put it up again. Yes, I definitely have to. Memorial Day. So it is. Yes, let us know. Yeah, I saw part of it, but I was talking. Tell us the requirements again. 1 mile run? Easy. I do that in my sleep. Come on. Push-ups, pull-ups, 3 mile run. Burpees. Better be some burpees in there. But it definitely is. Okay, here we go. Everybody look at this. 1 mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, and a 1 mile run again. Okay, so that's obviously all at one time. And then do you add up the scores all together? So do you start 1 mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, and then another 1 mile run? Is it one continuous time? I'm in. Who else is in? I'm going to write this down. Chawler, sign up. Chawler, I'm signing you up. You have no choice. What are we signing up for here? The Murph. Read it. Saturday. So we'll talk about it on Saturday, and we'll see Kopowstein. Wetstein, 0352. I'm in. Devil Dog. It's time. You can mix the pull-ups and the push-ups and the squats, but you start and end with the runs. All right. Hope I don't get the runs. So you start with the 1 mile run, push-ups, pull-ups, and air squats, and then finish with the run. So, but you can do them in a different order. Got it. 3-mile run completed in 28 minutes. Nice job, Joe Mack. That is a great time. I think I can still do it in about 28 minutes at my age. So PT, I'm glad this is kind of winding down to a physical fitness part of this Hump Day Wednesday, because I'm in. The more you do, the better. You're never too old or out of shape to PT. John says, the Murph is okay, but you should go on the baton run, walk hike. The baton death march, let us know what it is, John. I mean, who says we can't do more than one? You don't have to do just one for Memorial Day. And look online, who else has some ideas for Memorial Day? I'm sure there is. In Hawaii, we did the Stairway to Heaven on Memorial Day one time. Thinking when we did the, yeah, it's closed down now. Zing Ping Poo in. Awesome, brother. Good. Well, again, well, yeah, I think we're about the same age, Z. We should, so I'm going to be, it's a competition. You know that. Charlotte says, SFMF community is about to have the most time towards PT this weekend. That's right. It was all about maintain. Tell me about it. I'm going to be 58 next month. Wow. Way behind you. Good on you, Xingping. Yeah. Are you going to... Carl Green says, are you doing this in boots or running shoes? Better be boots if you're a real Marine. Boots and utes? Are we doing this in boots and utes? I'm down. I'm in. Yeah. Prove it. You got to prove it that you're doing it in boots and utes. Camp Courtney, Joe Mack. Love Courtney. We lived on Courtney a couple times. King Neptune, PT all day, all night. If you're doing it, put it on Instagram, tag me. Can they do it? Can they put it on LinkedIn? I'm getting back on Instagram this summer. We're going to start monitoring that page once again, and we'll see it. I want to see some pictures. Go Fasters. Yes. Oh, Xingping, you want to do it in Go Fasters? I got to decide now. I'm going to get with Kimi Cocoa Puffs and see what she's doing it in. I like to torture my body, so I'm all about just picking up and going. I might even wear a flag vest. Joe Castilla, 42, just got told. Wow. Sorry to hear, Joe. We'll be praying for you, brother. We'll add you in our prayers as well. Man, but if you're coming, I'm motivated to join. Yes, definitely join us. Get better quick. Yeah, you got this, brother. Keep it positive. God willing. Keep continuing. Sorry about it. I just blasted the camera. Go Fasters for me. Yeah, I might. Nikes. Kimi's wearing Nikes. I might do the same. We might have to work on the, I don't know. I'm all about some boots and utes every now and then. Joe, hang tough, brother. You got this. You're right. Weighted vest is encouraged. All right, Kimi. Baron Trump, good to see you, brother. Hurrah. All right. Tell your dad to say hurrah. Sergeant Major, Semper Gumby. Those of you that don't know Semper Gumby, if you don't know who Gumby is, you're too young. But he is very, very flexible. And that's where that term came from. Always flexible, Semper Gumby. Caleb, what's your advice for a new DI? Are you a new DI? If you are, congratulations. And I'm jealous. I would love to go back down there. Here's my advice for you. Don't stop learning. The first couple of weeks of my tour as a DI, even on my time off, my senior would send me home. I'd go into another company's duty hut and learn stuff like, how do you drop a recruit? How do you take a kid to here? If you have a kid that goes to the hospital, show me the documentation. This was before computers and stuff, but what does the documentation need to counsel a recruit? So I would learn the ins and outs from other drill instructors, other senior drill instructors, to learn as much as I could, as quickly as I could. but you also do need your time off. I'll never run with the Sergeant Major again. When I was 19, my battalion Sergeant Major tried to kill me with a 5-mile run. He tried to do it in 5 minutes. Era, what's wrong with that? Sounds like motivation to me, Jared. Doc Holiday, what's up, Jens? Good to see you, brother. We are starting to wrap this up, but good to see you. I'm glad you made it. The Bataan Memorial Hike, Run, Walk, Hike is 30 clicks in Indio, California. I'm going to check that out. John McJunkin, thanks for sharing. 30 clicks is how many miles? 10 clicks is 6 miles. So 3 times 6, 18 miles, about 20 miles. That's awesome. Currently on a road from Cali to Oklahoma. Drive safe, Doc. But be aggressive. Watch for bad drivers, especially at night. All right, great news, Z. I'll keep that in my head to push forward. Yes, Joe. Again, hang tough, brother. All right, everyone. It's been awesome. Kimi Cocoa Puffs, thanks for helping us end it strong with that physical fitness challenge and on a great day like Memorial Day. So plan it. Spotlight. Remember, everyone can do a spotlight. Let us know in the prayers or message me who you would like to spotlight and why, especially with Memorial Day coming up. It'd be a great opportunity. Small businesses, veteran-owned businesses, anything that you think is significant to our group of like-minded warriors. Help us continue to build this. Again, continue to invite your friends and family members. Subscribe, join, continue to support. Appreciate everyone being here, and we'll see you on Saturday. Stay motivated. God bless you all, and Semper Fi, my friends. Hurrah!